NXT, Aleister Black hit, and I've said this before because NXT is a smaller pond. Mm-hmm. NXT's style is a whole lot different. It's very independent wrestling, but it's like kind of
polished.
It's like polished independent wrestling.
Polished.
Okay. Kind of like how AEW's independent wrestling on steroids. Mm-hmm. NXT is independent wrestling, but polished.
Okay.
So segments, they're trying to change it now, and I've talked about it, but their segments are usually super short, quick promo, we get to the match. And it's not about, it's your gimmick is there, but not about your gimmick.
Okay.
Aleister Black comes on to the main roster, or the flagship roster, what we call it now. And his thing doesn't hit 100%. You are right. It's the way that he came in with the thing. But that whole thing was sloppy. That call-up was sloppy.
Yeah.
That's one. Number two, he never evolved his brand or the gimmick to be on a larger scale. But he came in right before the pandemic. Maybe like 4 or 5 months before the pandemic really hit.
Yeah.
So he was stuck in, it was like a weird time. But the pandemic was like, you either sink or swim. Because they gave him a push. I think it was Paulie that was handling a lot of the booking at the time.
He did. He when he made his statement, he specifically thanked Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Now, if Booker had said this before he switched up the gimmick and started doing his promos, 100% agree with Booker T. But
he switched it up.
Got bigger, got more creative. And I'm going to say this because a lot of people be saying this shit. There's no creative freedom in WWE. One of the key things that Aleister Black said is, I came up with that gimmick. That whole Godfather type of feel, dark Godfather type of feel gimmick. Yeah. He said, I came up with that. He said Vince liked it. Vince said he loved my creativity. It was just he had bad luck. He got cut.
So once again, because we got a few more minutes, I want to go to This Week in Wrestling real quick. But did he have the it factor? Yes or no?
Now, the it factor, he had it once you saw that gimmick that he was doing. You started seeing him evolve. Because the problem is a lot of these motherfuckers come up from NXT and they don't grow their gimmick.
They don't evolve, man.
They don't evolve at all. Because the thing about it,
the
shit that you do in NXT is not going to hit on the flagship roster. More cameras, bigger crowds, bigger arenas. Bro, your shit has to be bigger. The only motherfucker that hit when he went to the main roster, the flagship roster, was Shinsuke Nakamura. And the reason why, because the motherfucker used to wrestle in the fucking Tokyo Dome.
That is true.
Motherfucker, you had to switch, you had fucking, this motherfucker,
I was over, got the hands in motion. If you go with rolling, no need to focus. Traveling states and over oceans. You gotta wait till your coast chosen. Try to have lines outside the show like Harry Potter releases at Barnes & Noble.